It's me, Renee. I'm back, and I'm here as you might have guessed with another tag. Again, a completely original tag. Decided to make it myself, because why not? And that's also why I'm here on a Tuesday. So yeah. So Miss Congeniality is one of my all-time favorite movies. It's just so good. I actually haven't seen it yet this year, but I do plan to see it soon. I mean, Miss Congeniality Day was just a few days ago now, and so this is to honor my love of Miss Congeniality, the Miss Congeniality book tag. Of course, you don't have to have seen this movie to do the book tag, but if you want to see it and do it, that's up to you and cool. So, first prompt, Miss Congeniality came out 2001. 2001. In 2001. I thought say 2001 years ago. In 2001. So, quite a bit, many years ago. So, here the prompt is name a book that came out a while ago, or if you're new to the bookish community, if you just started reading recently, the book that you've read the longest ago that you sense that you feel is feminist. This could be non-fiction, fiction, feminist, fantasy, whatever. Just a book that you feel is feminist and that it's older in some way. I am going to go with Old Magic by Marion Curley. This is an old favorite of mine. Came out in '99. Oh, sorry. We just want to double check. Or was it 2000? It came out. Sorry, yeah. Came out first in 2000. This edition came out in 2002, but yeah, 2000. Sorry. I don't know why I said '99. Maybe the first edition came out then? Okay, around that anyway. So I suppose it's kind of the same age as the movie, actually, randomly. But this is all about Kate and Gerard. Kate is a witch. Gerard is a normal guy, he thinks. But it turns out he's cursed. He's the seventh son of a seventh son, and yeah, his family's cursed. So in this book, they kind of end up going back in time to save and stop the curse from happening. And yeah, it's just a very, very good book. It started my love for time travel. It started my love for YA books. It's a time travel romance, with also, of course, saving. But yeah, there's so many layers to this book, and yeah, and also Kate. I mean, she's very much like she's herself, and she's happy with who she is. She doesn't try to be someone else, and she's a witch, as I said. And then she hasn't gone back in time before, but she's done witchy things before. She's an outcast, but she doesn't really care. And yeah, she's just such a great role model, and I love it so much. Then, you know what, I'm gonna find my notes. Gracie Hart, as in, the main character in the movie. Gracie Hart is a FBI agent. For some reason, for CIA, FBI, CIA, yeah. She's a federal agent who goes undercover in at pageant because reasons. And usually she's kind of very much not a pageant person. She doesn't really like dresses, whatnot, so it's way out of her comfort zone. And also, I would say most people think that being a federal agent is not that feminine coded or not that normal for like women and whatnot. So yeah, the prompt here, Gracie Hart, name a book where the main character is doing something different in regarding gender roles. So this could be a guy who likes to cross dress. It could be a girl who fights. Name it, whatever you think fits. I'm gonna go with Knockout by Sarah McLean. Quite a newer book in regards to in comparison to this one. This one came out like 2 or 3 years ago, I believe now. Well, 2004, 2000, sorry, 2023. So yeah, 3 years ago now. But it's all about it's all about. I have to just double check the name of the main character. Yeah, Imogen, old lady Imogen Loveless. She's a lady, but she also loves to make explosives to make things go boom, which isn't kind of that ladylike, but that's very much what she likes to do. And yeah, she helps stop bad guys and stuff like that in 1800s England. And yeah, it's just a great book. Great series, but also great book. Love that book so much. Then we have the contestants. So in this movie, it's all based around beauty pageants. So a lot of the characters are women. Not all of them have like a lot to do, but there's a lot of women like they're in scenes and whatnot. So the prompt here simply a book with three or more women in the cast. So I feel like honestly, like it's kind of difficult. I would say actually to find a book with lots of women in the cast in books. I feel like it's kind of easier to do in movies or to find in movies. You know that's also rare. But still, because I feel like there's always like one guy or there's some guys in there like this, or are you two women, or there's tons of guys, or there's one guy. But anyway, my yeah, to make it easier, I'm simply gonna say, yeah, it has to be three or more. So I feel like if you couldn't find at least a book with us three. You know what? I had a photo of one I'm gonna use, but I want to use another book. So just stay there, and I'm gonna give me a moment. There, I'm gonna use this book instead. But yeah, for our cast with lots of women, we're gonna go with Clockwork Scarab, the first in the Stoker Holmes series by Colin Gleason. So this one has two women in the well, two young girls in the uh main cast, but there's also supporting, and I would say yeah, a lot of people around this uh series are women. So yeah, this people need to check it out. It's amazing series. Middle grade, great steampunk series. And then we have the classic April 25th, which is a classic line from the movie where one of the contestants is asked, "What's your ideal date?" And I mean, they're kind of meant to like say, walk on the beach and stuff like that. But she blanks out. So she says, after a few days, a few minutes, seconds, she says, it would have to be April 25th because it's not too hot and not too cold. All you need is a light jacket. So yeah, so here, and actually seeing this kind of like they go around Bookstagram lately, where it's kind of describe your favorite book, and yeah, here I'm gonna say describe your favorite book. So kind of like I suppose match like talk about don't just show a favorite book of yours, but like show talk about a trope that you love. So for me, a perfect book for me, or like perfect date, perfect book would be yeah, it would have to be time travel. It would have to have multiple point of view. There would be humor. It would have yeah, honestly, it would have also have like some magical aspects to it. So people would have some magical abilities. Either they would like have it in their body or like be witches and save the stuff. Or magical places could be that. So that's and yeah, also that there's neurodivergent representation in some way. It doesn't have to be an NLD. It could be autistic, could be ADHD, but somewhere on the spectrum, I would like that representation there. And also, honestly, also like that the chapters they start maybe with a they have chapters titles, and maybe at the end of the chapters there would be like, oh, in between there would be like a poem or like a song or like something extra, because personally I love stuff like that extra. Also, yeah, you know what? I was thinking about yes, also pictures. Having pictures in the book. I feel like there's a lot of pictures in kids' books, but like when you adult books and YA books, it's like no more pictures except like in the cover or like maps. But I'm like, oh, it's nice with pictures. I kind of like pictures from the thing happening in the chapter, or yeah, pictures related to the story. It's just amazing, and I want more of that really. So yeah, that's my ideal or perfect book, I would say. And then last but not least, we have just gonna double check. We have Frank Tobin, a character that has several names. So in the movie, Frank Tobin goes like mostly is used name Frank Tobin, but he also has had other names before. I'm not going to go into more because you might have not seen it, but he has several names. So yeah, here simply a character that has several names. It could be that character has nicknames. They could have aliases. That's up to you. And I'm actually old style now. I'm gonna say Sophie in the Hexold series. This is a YA series from the 2010s. And Sophie, the main character, she's called Sophie Mercer, at least in the first book. And then she quickly discovers, no, her mom is actually has another name, and her dad has another name. So like, yeah, she's not really. Sophie Mercer is kind of like a made-up name. It's not her real name. And yeah, I'm not gonna say more than that because spoilers. But yeah, Hexol, if you like old style YA trilogy, I would say check it out. It's a delight. It's a delight. I need to check it out myself or reread it, but yeah. I don't, because like this is the second book, I don't quite know what the first and third is. I used to have a whole series. Anyway, yeah. So that is the Miss Congeniality book tag. Now, yeah, as usual, I'm just gonna say tag, you're it. Anyone who wants to do it can do it. You don't have to be a big fan of the movie. You don't even have to have seen it lately. Maybe you haven't seen me before, but you still want to do it. You can do that. Like anyone who wants to do it, tag, you're it.